bit, or I guess back a little bit, and up a little bit. Okay, I guess that's good. Is everything in frame? Yeah, alright, cool. Show your support for Khordmaster. That's a oh, that's I was just highlighting over that. All right, so let me stop playing. So what I wanted to do today is make a song with the OPZ. Haven't done that in quite a while. Before I do that, I want to go through a few different tracks on here that are interesting, or that I've made in the past, just to kind of get into the flow a little bit. So also, I'm not really loving this angle. Let's even push this further back like that. I think that's even better. All right, so let's go ahead. I wonder if there's a way to, let's see, viewer activity, stream settings. If there's a way to just confirm that audio is actually coming in properly. Enable DVR, unlist live. Okay, we don't care about that. All right, so I think we're good. I forgot that I left on members only mode. Let me actually see. I'm curious to know if I can change members only mode. Let's see, customization, chat details. If I can change that to non-members only after the live has started. I think I can. Yeah, sure. So I can change it to subscriber mode and then save. So now it's set to subscriber mode. Members only mode, everyone can chat now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can make those changes during the actual chat, which is dope. Thank you, man. Appreciate you letting me know. I don't know how to pronounce your name, if these are L's or I's. That's the thing about that letter. Planet 4, what's happening? How are you? How are you? And yeah, thank you for letting me know. And this is cool. Yeah, so you know, it's interesting, guys. I'm starting to, lean in a little bit to the members only. Hey, man, yeah, back at the shop. This is actually a different one than I think the one I was at last time. But yeah, starting to lean into bars or code. Ah, gotcha. Cool. The members only thing here on YouTube. So I think there's a little bit, from my end, a little bit of untapped potential with regards to leveraging the fact that I can possibly entice people. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but to provide scenarios where people would consider becoming a member on my YouTube channel as opposed to a subscriber. And one of the ways, well, the two things I'm currently thinking of are members only videos. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. I have a highly anticipated follow-up to my interview with Marek that I did from Koala Sampler actually it was about over 2 years ago now. That still remains one of my highest viewed videos on my channel, certainly highest viewed interview style videos. And this next one that I'm going to drop on Thursday, tomorrow, I'm going to release it two different ways. We're going to do a short version of the hour-long interview that's going to be available for everyone. That comes out next week. but tomorrow I'm going to be dropping for members only the full episode. And so I'm just kind of curious as like a trial to see how that, what that looks like, to see if people willing to, pay $5 a month for content that a lot of which, is available for free online. So I'm kind of just trying that out to see, and ready for. I mean, I don't know if backlash is the right word, but yeah, ready. I'm kind of anticipating to see what the feedback is with that strategy. So yeah, you can stay on the, be on the lookout for that. But let's get back to what the main purpose of this video is, which is to make something on the Z that I haven't done in quite a while. And I'm going to move this forward a little bit, maybe tilt this down a bit, trying to get this angle right. Yeah, I guess that's good, even though the field is not. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so we're gonna go to a new, let me actually explore a little bit more in here, and then I'm gonna go to a brand new track, and then go from there. See, so this song right here is one that, so how do I describe this? It used to sound different. I made an inadvertent change to one of the effects on here, I think performance effects, and now it doesn't do what it was supposed to do before, but still the sound is there. So I think I might start with this actually and see if I can kind of experiment with these, what do they call, punch-in effects a little bit more to see if I can get that sound that I had previously. All right, so here we go. Do a little talking. So let's turn duck mode back on so you guys can hear me as I'm explaining what I'm about to do. So I'm gonna go into the TX-6 right now, and I am going to track the tempo for this beat so that I can use some effects and make them sound more effective. Check this out. So we're gonna go into here, we're gonna go into clock, we're gonna go into source, track 1, and then we're gonna go into tempo. And this just found the tempo to be 87.0. And if I check the tempo here, indeed it is 87.0, same thing. So now what we can do, we can go into this delay for the effect, for effect 1, and we can do some interesting things. Check it out. So cool to me. And then there's another, I think, not the tape, but the tremolo. Check this out. So cool. Dude, super useful. And I haven't really been spending that much time, for whatever reason, utilizing some of the more intricate, for lack of a better word, features on the TX-6. But this thing is really, really, really just incredible. And specifically, hey, what's Hold on, Fabiano. I'm holding myself to not buy the TX-6, but getting harder. Yeah, dude, it's a really incredible piece of tech. I mean, specifically today, I'm actually charging my iPad Mini over there right now, just because the battery was about to die. But one of the things that's becoming increasingly just fun with the TX-6 is like I purposefully left my OP1 field at home today so that I can not use that and kind of focus on this today, and maybe my iPad, if it's charged in time, I might bring it over here, and my OPZ. But it's just yeah, just like so many different things that you can do with it, and I feel like I'm still only scratching the surface. One thing particularly that I want to be able, I wish I can do, is use this as a controller as well, right? So like for example, these buttons down here and the knobs and the sliders, I want to be able to identify my most used iPad music app, which is Korg Gadget 2. And see if there's a way for me to map some of these features or these functions. Like if I was able to map these buttons to mute stuff on Gadget and change the sliders over here, that would be insane. But I don't think Gadget lets you do that, which is disappointing. I think Gadget only lets you make those changes with like their proprietary equipment. Could be wrong. If anyone knows otherwise, let me know. What I like to do is I like to go through each feature as if it's a homeschool curriculum, subsequently force myself to find a listenable use. Hey man, bars, that is an incredible. Let me actually give you a shout out for that statement. So yeah, that's I'd be remiss if I didn't just pause the music for a second and kind of talk about what you just said. It's a matter of being intentional about learning different functions and different features of what you own, and hopefully not feeling overwhelmed with the fact that there's so many different things. Especially if you're a fan of TE, you know that it can be a rabbit hole. For example, with the Z, what I want to do today before I wrap up this live stream is I want to reacclimate myself with some of the features on here that I used to use all the time, but I like, such as the punch-in effects and stuff like that, to try to force myself to make a song from scratch on here, which I haven't done yet. I just resorted back into, and that's okay, right? I went back into an old song that I created, but I'm still discovering stuff. It kind of took a little detour to the TX-6. Henceforth, I'll probably need to change the title of this. Maybe is there a way to change it right in here? Let me see. Yeah, of course there is. Revisiting, experimenting with TX-6 in a coffee shop. Let me see if I can change. Experimenting with the TX-6 in a coffee shop. And then I like sometimes tagging TE in the description. I don't know if they get notified or not, but I think it's a good idea, especially because I'm not as often on Instagram anymore. Just let them know what I'm doing, so they can have a chance to check it out. But anyway, yeah, super amazing point, and very notable, so I appreciate that. So even this Pong feature here on the tape stop, for me, the Pong is also taking into account the tempo of the clock. I think if I wasn't using the tempo clock, input for 1 here, I don't think that Pong would sound as good with the timing, So I'm going to do something else here. Let's turn off auto save mode on the OPZ, and let's go to tempo. So you can even slow down the tempo, obviously. And let's see how quick this detects the new tempo. If I go to if I go to tempo. So this is now doing this kind of in double time. Rather than saying that this should be written as 71, but this is reading as 142, double 71. It's doing like, dun, 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 as opposed to. So let's speed it up a little bit. Now it's on 80, I guess. Tap. Okay. We don't want tap. Hmm. Interesting how this works. So it just takes a few seconds to kind of catch up and get that tempo locked in. Interesting. All right. So you said, I understand. When it first launched, I flat out said no. The way I saw myself was reading the entire. See, that's dope. I haven't even done that. I read a lot of it, but not the entire thing yet. But I just really love what you said about just spending time learning a piece of equipment, even before you actually own it, right? Like if you're curious about it, learn about it that way, which is a great idea. And even knowing that the reading the manual is not even with GE stuff, as I'm sure you know, it's not even going to give you the full gist of everything that can be done with a piece of equipment. Conceptualize how a product fits. Yeah, dude, totally, totally. So cool. So bars, what is your favorite, if you have one, favorite piece of TE equipment? And I guess which stuff do you own? It sounds like you definitely own the TX-6, but what other pieces of TE equipment do you own? I'm curious. Also, I should probably pin this album comments, pin message. There we go. This is such a good song. Unapologetically amazing song. Although I'm going to switch to something different now. It's cool. All right, so let's go back here and check this tempo. Set to 88. All right, so you said BD manuals. You said my favorite product I think is the OP1, but I do have a number of them. The one that failed. When you say the fail, you mean the OP1 failed. Okay, you have both Pocket Operator, OP4, the computer. I don't own any of their analog stuff though. Their digital stuff mainly. Oh, and the TX-6 mainly. I probably think. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, for me, what is my favorite piece of TE equipment? I would say it probably the one that's brought me the most excitement. It probably has to be the OPZ, honestly. Um, yeah, it has to be the OPZ. I'm still kind of learning how to use the one in a way that like I'm able to make stuff that sounds really good. And so I'm still very much in the experimenting phase. Like I've owned the original OP1, but I never really used it that much. And the field, I'm still spending time with it to kind of get to know it and stuff, and just figure out how to use it in my workflow. But using a lot of the stuff together is where I think it really starts to shine and stuff. I love this bass line. Doom, 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 doom. All right, let's keep it moving. Boom, 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 doom, 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 doom. The OPZ with the line module collects dust for me. It's a great device. I forgot I have it as well. But the layered controls are difficult to lock in my head, even though I've read them. Gotcha. Very interesting. Yeah, I think because let me turn the reverb down, I guess down a little bit. I kind of like the reverb cutting through a little bit. I think that the Z, it's a very specific. I hear you in the app too. It's a very specific type of person, maybe workflow that people are used to, where this kind of shines. And for me, like I don't know if you've used Ableton before, but for me, the main issue, or not issue, what am I trying to say? The main way that I've used Ableton in the past is like this vertical workflow, right? So for me, what that means is like working linearly, yeah, that's right, is not typically the way that I make music. I like loops, I like that sort of flow. And so from a sequencing standpoint, this just clicked with me pretty quickly, versus a recording audio standpoint, which of course the OP1 is more about. But it's just, for me, it's just like they're so different devices. They're such different devices. I haven't met very many people who really use and love and know both pieces of equipment in a similar sort of way. Most of the people, they kind of jive with one more than the other. Oh, you think the Z is the push of teenage engineering? You think the Z is the push? Oh, as in like Ableton push. No. I guess what I'm trying to say is like it's sequence based versus like recording audio based. I've never thought of it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. But yes, I mean, I guess when you're saying, the push meaning the controller is what you're saying. But yes, like the session view of teenage engineering versus the arrangement view is more of the OP1, like that type of thing. Arrangement, like you're recording this way, and this one here, you're kind of recording, sequence, very sequence based. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a song on here now after this song. Thanks, man. And also appreciate you being here, man. How did you find my channel? Have you been rocking with me for a while? I think this is the first time that I've seen your name, and so yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being here and vibing. Hopefully you're enjoying, having a good time like I am. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That was loud. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. This is probably. Gotcha. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I need to make some more of those. Oh, this is cold. So I'm taking out the drums. Hang on, hang on. There's a lot happening here. All right, I gotta put ducking mode back in here. One sec. All right. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking out the drums in performance mode on the Z. And I probably should also maybe turn down my reverb a little bit, about here. Okay. So yes, taking out the drums and using reverb drone mode with just the synth or non-drum part of a song, and you get something like this. That's really cool to me. Right? That's really cool. So now I feel like I want to explore this on some of my other songs to kind of make them just sound ambient. Let me see what else we can. That's really, really, really dope. So now I'm going into effect 2. I don't know how that's coming in for you guys, like in terms of the sound, but yeah, going into effect 2. Changing the filter, cutoff. So interesting. That's really cool. Okay. Alright, so now I feel like I want to do the same thing with something like this here. Actually, it's not a great song for that. This is gonna be cool. That's hilarious. This may be insane to someone, but I really wish they made the Z out of stone. That's actually one of the most interesting, not even random, just interesting things that I've heard. Like some unbreakable stone. Like I know a lot of people, or some people, have had issues with the build quality of the Z, I've heard. And so they're like, you know what? Okay, y'all had issues. Okay, we're gonna make this thing, you know, $2,000, but we're only going to have a certain number of them, and each one is unique because they're each made from this unique piece of stone. Yes, sign me up, please. Yeah, that would be insane. That's incredible. Yeah, I would love that. Ooh. Nasty. Thank you so much. I think so too. You see my face, right? Nice, man. It's funny. See, here's the thing. Their reverb drone is insane. Okay, it sounds very much like Mother reverb on the OP1 Field, and it just sounds incredible with or without drums, like modifying the whole feel of a song. And this is what it's all about right here, right? Like I came out here with the intent on trying to discover something new in this sort of workflow, and I'm doing that. And yeah, all right. Oh, question for you, Bars. Do you use the gate function on the mic ever on here? The duck function is incredible. I'm using it right now to talk over the input volume, but someone told me that the gate, when you enable it, it kind of works as a sound, what is it called? I think it might actually be the same as Mother with less, yeah, same here, same, that's what I'm thinking. A noise cancellation type thing. And I gotta get ready to dip soon, actually. I'm almost, I got a calculus tutoring lesson coming up. I kind of see what's happening here. Like, it does seem as though the gate is indeed cutting off the sound from the microphone versus when let me turn it off, and now I'm talking. Indeed it is doing exactly what he said. But I think both need to be on together. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's do maybe one more song. All right, I didn't even get to what I wanted to do, which was make something from scratch, but that's all good. Gate sets a threshold. If a threshold is not reached, so is that threshold adjustable, or is it just set and it's just like whatever, like it just sets it automatically or something? If the threshold is not reached, okay, that makes sense. So if it's not up to a certain point, then it's gonna mute the microphone. All right, that makes sense. Thanks for that. All right, let's do something here. Go on. What kind of odd ways? See, this is crazy right here, what I'm doing. Gotcha. I'm still learning. I'm still understanding that. So say I use a pad. I'm listening or I'm reading. That has a long tail after each keystroke. Yep. sounds like something I just have to experiment with a bit. Damn, I really got to dip now. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to do another one of these very soon, probably tomorrow from a different coffee shop. Make sure you guys are subscribed and notification bell if you want to be notified when I go live. You know, all that good stuff. And appreciate everyone being here. Bars, appreciate you. I'm seeing that exact thing with the mute thing when I stop talking. Like, it's really, really interesting. I'm gonna read the rest of these later, but I shan't be late for my tutoring session. So y'all have a great one. I think we're about to raid someone right now. So let's see if it works properly. But have a great one, guys. You said it's been real. Yeah, man, definitely has. Take care. Take good care. All right, peace.